This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so what I was saying is, guys, please remember, try to understand. First, we have the installation of VS Code. I hope everyone has done that. After that, what we did is we created one folder under GitHub. You can create at any location, guys, not a problem. Once you do that, just create a folder. No need of doing any this thing, let's say D drive, C drive, nothing, guys. And open this folder via VS Code. Okay, so you will see screen like this. Okay, once you do that, after that you click on terminal and click on new terminal. Okay, once you do that, so those who are not able to see the terminal option, there will be three dot over here. Click on that three dot, you will see the option called terminal. Okay, after that over here you can just check whether node is installed or not. Okay, so node minus minus version, remember, right? Yesterday I showed you how to check whether the node is installed or not. Okay, so please remember, you just need to check this node is installed or not into your machine. Okay, so I'm repeating the steps for node as well again, so that everyone are on same page. Go to Google and just write node.js installation and just go to pre-built installation, and based on your OS, guys, click on this particular section. Okay, so once you do that, after that you will be able to see the respective version over here, which I was having like 18 point something, right? The same will be like for you, it will be 22 point something. Okay, so this two activity you need to do. Okay, so I'm starting, guys. The first command which we need to trigger, let me open the Sublime also, because in the yesterday's discussion we have reached this, right? So what we will do, we will create a folder and open the folder via VS Code. Okay, step 1. I hope everyone are clear with this. Anybody any doubt, please unmute and speak up, guys. Okay, so step 1 is simple. Next step is step 2. In step 2, what we will do, we will run a command npm init. So once you run this command, it will ask you to have some details, guys. Okay, so when I say details are basically like package name. Okay, so you can just give the package name. If you don't give, it will capture the name of the project as it is. What is the version? If you have the description, so you can give the basics of Cypress and JavaScript. You can provide that. Entry point index.js, yes. If you have any test command, provide that. Git repository, you can have it over here. Keywords are, let's say, Cypress, uh, visit, request. You can provide some keywords. Author, you can write VB. License, ISC. By default it is ISC only. And these are optional, guys. It is not mandatory that you need to write what I'm writing. Okay, you can just keep on hitting the enter button. Okay, so we are done. After that, if you open this, one file got created, guys. That particular file is the package.json. Any questions, guys, till now? Anybody?
Because we don't need to do Git repository details, right? It's not required, right? Everything is empty. Like
I
I'm just
didn't
keep on
add
hitting.
anything under Git. Okay, you can add the URL if you have. Otherwise, later on
Mhm.
also you can update it. Not a problem.
Okay.
Okay, so I have just added the basic things which is required from the execution point of view. That's it. Okay, so this is also optional, guys. Okay, it is not mandatory. Here also you can write some commands. I have not written. Later on I can update that. Okay, even this is optional, guys. Perfect. So this package.json got created. Okay, step 1 is done, step 2 is done. Next, step 3, install Cypress. So anybody know what is like where Cypress, how many ways we can install Cypress? Anybody? Any like rough idea? How we can install Cypress? What is the requirement? Why we have installed Node? Anybody has idea why we have installed Node? Node, Node. Why we have installed Node?
To use the command line
To use
process.
the command line, like I was using this, right? So why
Yes,
I was able to
npm.
execute it? Because I installed Node into my machine. Okay. Please remember, guys, Cypress itself is actually a complete package which is present on the official website of npmjs.com. Okay, so npmjs.com is the official website over which you will see Cypress as well. Understood, everyone? And here you will see the version and everything is present over here. Okay, here you will see the command also which you need to trigger, and here you will see the recent update also. Let's say this got updated when, so this date is also available, like when it got updated. Everyone can see this, right? Okay, so this is the official, like you can say, uh, the complete details get uploaded over here. From here it gets updated over here. Okay, under npm node package manager javascript.com, and we have this particular command which we will trigger, and with the help of this command we will be able to install Cypress into our machine. Okay, so I'll just hit control V. Okay, and hit enter. No need of doing anything, guys. It will take couple of minutes. Okay, so I'm just updating step 3, install Cypress via this command. Okay, so the version which is getting updated or installed is 13.16.1. Okay, so which I showed you over here, 13.16.1. And please remember, guys, Cypress is having the update every 15 days minimum. Okay, so they try to update their respective bugs, fixes every 15 days. Okay, that's the max time I'm talking about. Okay, clear, everyone? So you saw that once we are installing Cypress, okay, you can see that node modules got created. Anybody has idea what is node module in Cypress? So all the dependencies which are required for Cypress, right? All the dependencies are actually captured under this particular folder. Okay, so it's a one-time activity, guys. So node module, you have it inside git ignore, because every time we change, right, you don't need to push the changes of node module, because this is the folder which we are not updating, guys, which we are not touching at all, and we are not relying on this particular folder. Please remember. Okay, next is I'll open one more terminal. So just to, I'm not touching this. It is completed or not completed, I am not sure. Let us try to run one command through which we will come to know whether it is completed or not. Okay, so step number 4, run one command, and that command is npx cypress open. Okay, what is that command, guys? Npx cypress open. So it will take couple of seconds, and after that it will highlight us saying that, okay, cannot run Cypress because the node was so you can install Cypress again. Okay, so Cypress in npm install Cypress hyphen hyphen save hyphen dev. So just trigger this command again. Okay, let's see if it is showing any error. If not, then we should be able to uh, let it get ran successfully, guys. Okay. So I'm triggering this command again. Okay. So let me show you the official page of Cypress. This is the official page, guys. Okay.
Take time to install because
Yeah, it
I can
takes time,
see
but
200.
for you guys, it will be very straightforward since you
Mhm.
guys are doing for the first time, right?
First. Yeah,
So for
yeah.
you, you will not face this issue, which I am facing. The reason
Mhm.
is I might have multiple copies created actually. That's the reason. And there are, let's say, a lot of project in which I have already installed actually.
Okay.
So that is the reason I am getting this error, but it will work fine. Don't worry. So see, you can see package log.json got created and node module got created. Okay. These are the two files which generally create first, okay, at the very start. Let me delete all and let me open terminal again. It takes time sometime. Okay. Yeah,
Oh, it
now you
shows like added 172 packages and audited 173
right.
packages in
That's
phone.
the message you should see. Correct.
Okay.
For you
If
guys, it
I
will be
mean,
that.
it does not show any success message, but I can see like this message like added some
Um,
172 packages. So
yeah,
is it successful?
yeah,
Because
it is
I can.
successful. And after that, you
Mhm.
can write command npx cypress open.
Okay.
Okay. So the last message you need to write is npx cypress open. So once you write
Mhm.
that command, you will see something like it looks like Cypress is getting open for the first time. Okay.
Yeah.
So for
Yeah,
me,
I can see.
I might need to kind of restart my machine. Okay, that's not a problem. I'll do it later on. But yeah, this is how the UI guys. Now it is done. It took some time. That's not a problem because I do have multiple instance of Cypress which is created locally into my machine. That's the reason, guys. Okay. So over here, this is called as the Cypress UI first screen, first layout. On the left hand side, you will see the project name which I have given. here you will see the version which is currently active, which I am using right now. Okay, and here you will see the login logic. Okay, Cypress Cloud. Remember I told in the yesterday's discussion that you can navigate to this particular area and it will navigate you to Cypress Cloud basically. Okay, now these are the two major things. One is E2E testing and other is component testing. Okay, so E2E testing is something which is coming under end-to-end testing. Okay, and component testing is coming under development testing, developer testing, guys. Okay, so we are not doing this what we can say component testing, guys. Okay, we are purely working for E2E testing. Okay, which is nothing but our actual testing, actual application testing. Okay, so our complete end-to-end test cases and everything will be present over uh, inside E2E folder. That's the reason the name is given as E2E testing. I'm repeating what I said, guys. This is the first screen which is visible to you all. Okay, and this screen will have two component. One is component testing and second is E2E testing. Okay, so under E2E testing we do have all the actual testing which we as a QA will do. Okay, anybody has any questions on this particular UI, guys? You can unmute and speak up. Please go ahead and ask your doubts, query, questions, guys.
Could you go back and explain those steps again, like what you have done?
Sure, so let me close this. Okay, let me close this also. Okay, let me clear this as well. Okay, I will not face that error again, guys. Okay, so let me explain the steps again. Step one, you will create a folder locally into your machine and open that folder via VS Code. Okay, second step is you will run a command called as npm init. Okay, which will help you to create a package.json, guys. After that, what you do is go to terminal and write a bill. Okay, so I would uh, let me I'm muting Saranya. Okay, so yeah, what I was saying is I'll repeat it. Step 1, create a folder and open the folder via VS Code. Step 2, run the command npm init, which will create what? Which will create, this will create package.json. Okay, it's a one-time activity, guys. Don't consider this you need to do every time. No, it's a one-time activity. Step 3 is like go to terminal and write below command for installing Cypress. This is a command, guys. Okay, so just one change over here. There are multiple ways to install Cypress, so don't get confused. Okay, it is actually like this: npm install cypress -- save -dev. Okay, so the current version which was downloaded is 13.16.1. Step 4 is you need to trigger a command called as npx cypress open. Okay, so I am right now into step 4, which is npx cypress open. Okay, once I trigger this, it will show me something like this and it will open the Cypress UI, which will look like this. Okay, and from here I need to select the respective type of testing, whether it is E2E testing or component testing. Okay, so if it is E2E testing, select E2E testing. If it is component testing, select component testing. Right now, as I mentioned, as a QA, almost all the test case whatever we are writing, which will be following the structure of E2E, guys. Okay, so you need to click on E2E testing. Okay, so this is the second screen, guys, which you can see right now. Okay, so on this screen you will see that there are 4 files which are getting generated for your project. One is cypress.config.js, one is e2e.js, and then we have something called as command.js, then we have something called as example.json. Okay, so these are the four things which are getting generated. Any questions from anyone regarding this files, guys? These are generated automatically, we don't have any control on this. It is mandatory to use this file into our project structure. Okay, clear everyone? So you cannot do uncheck like this, nothing is done, guys. Okay, it will remain check, and you need to have it into your particular project. Am I clear everyone? Anybody, any doubt, questions, query on this particular screen? Yes, anyone, please go ahead, ask your doubts. I'm repeating cypress.config.js. So here it will have all the configuration part. Then e2e.js, all our test case will be stored inside e2e.js. Command.js will responsible for having some customized command, overwriting the existing command. All those activity will be done in the command.js. And the example.js is responsible for providing the test data which we will be using for testing. Okay, any doubt, any query, any questions, guys? Anyone? Okay, so here you can see the title as well. These are all the configuration file we added following file to your project. Okay, so it is done, so I'll click on continue. Now I will see the list of all the browsers which are currently installed locally into my machine. The same browser will be visible over here. You can select any of the browser for starting your test. Okay, so I'll select the Chrome browser, and you just need to click on start E2E testing in Chrome. Once you do that, you will see one screen called a scaffold example. Okay, which is nothing but the dummy example which will get added into your locally created project. Okay, so in Cypress, guys, please remember, we don't call this as a test case actually. Okay, we call this as a spec file. Okay, so whatever you see, right, everything is called as the spec file. Okay, spec file are similar or equivalent to what we have test case in our normal this thing, right? So test case and spec file are same for us. As a QA, we call them as a test case, right? But yeah, in Cypress we call them as a spec file. So here you will see a screen where you can select, or let's say change the browser which you want to have it. Okay, from this area, here you will see the complete documentation, some of the basics documentations which is with respect to Cypress only. So it will navigate you to the official website of Cypress only, guys. Okay, here you will see the latest version which is currently installed, and if there is any update, so it will be a drop down saying you to update the respective Cypress version if there is any. Okay, in future. Now guys, you can see we have one option called as view spec pattern. Spec pattern is nothing but you can consider the what we can say, the extension which will be added to the file. Okay, so right now I'm selecting one particular example, that is scaffold example spec. So by selecting this, what will happen, guys, it will actually create two folders which will be purely responsible for generating some dummy examples, guys. Okay, clear everyone? Anybody has any query, doubt, questions? I'll take a pause. Please unmute and speak up if anybody got any queries, doubt, questions. Please go ahead. Okay, so I'm moving on. So scaffold example, I'm clicking on scaffold examples, guys. Okay, so what it will do, it will create this many files, around 15 to 20 files. Okay, so now what exactly we are having, we will be generating this file into our test case, into our template. So here you just need to click on OK, got it. Okay, so now I'll explain these options actually again. So here you can see that we are having 20 matches. So 20 matches is nothing but 20 test cases basically. Okay, each with the .cy.js. Here you will see runs. Here you will see debug, setting, and here you will see the documentation which I already explained. And this all things will come into consideration when we talk about Cypress Cloud. Okay. Now you remember that I told you that on the left hand side you will see the test step which is being executed, and on the right hand side you will see that what all let's say step is being kind of getting triggered or let's say executed. Okay, so for that purpose, over here, this file I have not created, guys. This is something which is Cypress by default providing it for the practice purpose. Okay, so now over here if I click on any of the test step, okay, over here let's say todo.cy.js, so it will start your execution, guys. Okay, so when I say it will start your execution, basically it will start triggering all the steps one by one. Okay, so here you can see that it is actually starting, guys. Okay, and this particular URL which you can see that is example.cypress.io is actual website, guys. Okay, so all this step on the left hand sides are being kind of triggered. Okay, and whatever command we have written, guys, those commands are kind of, when you hover your mouse on the right hand side, the same thing happens. You can check what exactly it is trying to validate. Any doubt, questions, query, guys? Anyone?
Basically, it's kind of a demo for us, correct?
it's
Like
it's a it's a kind of sample file which has been provided by Cypress itself. Okay, for
okay.
learning purpose.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so you can copy this URL and you can go to the actual browser, and over here you can hit this URL. It's a actual website, guys. Okay, it's not like you cannot do any this thing. So it's an actual website. Okay, and here you will see all the commands which I was actually showing you, right? Now the second second set of commands, right? All these are actually available into your actual project now. Okay, so now I have executed todo.cy.js, guys. Now if you want to go to that particular list again, please click on this spec. Okay, so clicking on spec, it will navigate you to again this particular list. Okay, so this list is nothing but the list which I just showed you now, like this, all the things. Okay, so if I click on action.cy.js, it will actually perform all the actions which are actually available into your demo website. And if everything is working fine, it will show a green color tick. If any of the issue is kind of getting occurred between the step, it will show us in the red color. Okay, so right now I am just showing you, but obviously we need to understand what all things is happening, guys. But just at high level I'm trying to explain how things gets work in Cypress, and each of this green color tick is considered as the individual test case, guys. Okay, so this is one test case, this is second, this is third, this is fourth, and so on. Okay, and in each one of them, if you hover your mouse, you will see some activity on the right hand side. This is called as time travel. So that's why Cypress is being as a in the advantage section. You might have seen that I have written down that it is having the concept of like you can check what is the behavior, how the Cypress is behaving when you scroll through the different command one by one. Okay, so everyone has the clarity. Anybody got any query, doubt, questions? Please unmute and speak up, guys. Okay, now moving on to again this particular spec, or let's say our project, guys. So now if you notice that we were having few things, right? So now this particular Cypress runner and the Chrome browser, these two things will remain open, guys, unless and until I don't close my this terminal area. Okay, as soon as I close this terminal area, right, these two things should also get closed, or if it is not closing, you need to forcefully close this, guys. Okay, because right now we are running all our test case in which mode, guys? In the headed mode. Okay, there are two modes, one is headless, one second is headed mode. So right now we are running in the UI mode basically. So now what is the next step? So guys, please remember I told you that those four files will be added into your machine. So you can see that we got E2E, fixture and support. Under E2E we got getting started and advanced example. I hope you remember, right? What are this? These are nothing but these files, guys. So whatever is present inside E2E will be reflected over here. The condition is the extension should be .cy.js. Am I clear, everyone? Okay. Next is fixture, which is obviously I told you that it will contain all the data which is required for our testing purpose. The data can be in the form of JSON, it can be in the form of XLS, it can be form of CSV, .txt, .pdf, every form, all the format, guys. Then we have node modules, guys, which is I told you that you don't need to touch this because as soon as you install Cypress for the first time, it will be available for us. Okay, and you need to put this inside our git ignore. Okay, so git ignore means any changes happen to this will not get updated over the repo. Then this is very important, guys, cypress.config.js. This code we have not written, guys. Okay, so this code comes with what? The default logic which we added. Okay, then we have package log.json. You don't need to touch this as well. Then we have package.json, guys. Okay, which is containing one extra thing which is called as dev dependency. How this got added? This got added because we have triggered one command called as npm install cypress hyphen save hyphen dev. So as soon as you do this, all the dev dependency values will keep on adding over here. Clear, everyone? Anybody got any doubt, questions, queries, guys? Before I create one individual test case for our reference.
I guess in package JSON, we have not installed that dev package, right? Do we need to do that?
This will be automatically added.
Dev-
This should be automatically added. If it is not
Yeah,
automatically added, it means
I
that you
get
have
it.
not installed Cypress properly.
Okay, I get it. Okay, understood.
Okay.
Thank
Okay. The next point is, guys, I forgot to update support. Support will be having two folders. One is command.js and second is e2e.js. Both are the JavaScript file which will be responsible for creating your custom command, creating your let's say individual whatever dependencies we will require, right, in future, such as iframe, file upload, file download, drag and drop. All this support, if Cypress is not providing, then we may install third party plugin dependency. So the code will be written over here. Okay, so
you.
what
Can you
is,
repeat it once again?
yeah. So here, guys, please remember, whatever you can see in green color is nothing but the comment area. Okay, commented logic. So this is something wherein if you have any third party plugin logic, so Cypress is not having the support for XPath. Cypress is not having the support for iframe. Cypress is not having the support for drag and drop feature. So all these features will be added to Cypress via installing some third party plugin, guys. Okay, so that third party plugin code need to be written inside support.js or e2e.js. Am I clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so both are same, guys. Don't get confused. Okay, you can write either of them. Okay, in either of them. Okay, so I'm repeating, please remember this is the default folder structure. Okay, Cypress node module, Cypress config.js, package lock and package.json. Okay, all our activity will be inside e2e.js. That's it. Sorry, e2e folder. Okay, under e2e folder you can create n number of folder as per your requirement. There is no such limit. Okay, but the file with the extension .cy.js, only that particular file will be visible over here. Please remember this. Okay, perfect. So I'm creating one folder which is JavaScript basic. I'm creating one more folder Cypress UI automation. Okay, so first of all, I'll talk about Cypress UI automation, and from tomorrow onwards, I'll talk about JavaScript basic. So in Java Cypress UI automation, I'll create one file. Guys, I forgot to update that these are the icons, guys. Okay, so these icons are for like creating a new file. This icon of for near to creating a new folder. You can create from here also, guys. Okay, but obviously this is a shortcut wherein you will say that first Cypress test.cy.js, hit enter. So as soon as you write js, right, automatically it will highlight you in a yellow color. Okay, JavaScript. Okay, that's the property of VS Code. Now what exactly we need to do, we need to understand two major things. One is, you can see that I'm writing something but I'm not getting the auto suggestion which I'm looking for. Okay, so if you come across with such a situation, right, what you need to do, you need to go to support.js, you need to go to e2e.js, and please click Control S over here. Just press Control S. Okay, I mean those who are using Mac, press Command S, but just I want you to save this file again. Okay, now go to this test case again. So now just a second. Okay, so there should be one line, guys. Okay, I'll show you that line. Very simple. Slash 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 reference Cypress. Okay, slash 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 reference Cypress. Okay, so just add this line, guys. Okay, where you will add, you can add either in command.js or you can add inside e2e.js. Okay, so this is the line which will add your auto suggestion on. Okay, so now if I write describe, you can see that describe got added successfully. Okay, now overall Cypress is actually following two major framework. Okay, two major framework. Anybody has idea what are those two major framework? One framework is called as Mocha framework, and second framework is called as Chai framework. Anybody heard about this, guys? What is Mocha? What is Chai? These are the framework which are purely built into JS, guys, JavaScript. Okay, so out of those framework, one of the keyword is describe, guys. Okay, so describe is similar to what we have test scenario, right, wherein you describe your test scenario. So same way we have describe. Okay, so here you can just write down by login. Okay, then you need to use callback function, guys. Okay, callback function, it is mandatory. If this is a syntax of JavaScript, guys. Okay, describe, verify, login, and then callback function. Then you need to use it block. Okay, so here you can see that it is coming from Mocha. Okay, Mocha. So this all things like IntelliSense is working, that is auto suggestions are working because I have added that line. Okay, where I have added inside command.js. Valid login, valid username and password. Okay, clear everyone? Understood? Anybody got any doubt? So describe is similar to what we have multiple test scenario. and it is nothing but multiple test cases. Multiple test cases. So out of that, I'm talking about one single test case with valid username and valid password. Okay, clear? Anybody wants to add anything before I jump into command? What is describe? What is
So,
it?
hello, Mocha framework and Type framework, it is a similar or it's a different activity?
Both are different. Both are different. Chai is mostly helping Cypress on assertion part. Okay, Chai is helping what on assertion part. So here you can see that Chai is a BDD TDD assertion library. Okay, so
Hmm.
Chai is responsible for what? Whatever assertion you want to do, right? Into our framework,
Hmm.
everything will be done with the help of Chai. Now, Mocha
Okay.
is responsible for setting up the proper, you can say JavaScript code, which is nothing but I think there is no such documentation. But yeah, the GitHub page is available, guys, which is of Mocha. Here you will see something I'm not sure. In the documentation part, again, documentation is navigating to me this file only. So basically, like describe block, it block, everything is present inside this only. Okay, so that is coming through Mocha.js. Okay, so these two libraries are inbuilt, which is present inside what? Inside our Cypress already. We are not installing any third party, any external this thing, guys. Okay, so if you hover your mouse, okay, you can see that, right? Mocha.test. If you hover your mouse on describe, you can see that mocha.suit. Okay, and this is called as callback function. What is called as callback function, guys? This one. Okay, if you want, you can remove this and write function keyword also, guys. This is also possible. Both are fine, guys. Both are correct. Whatever you think is, let's say, I mean, okay for you, you can select any of them. Any doubt, query, questions? Okay, perfect. Everyone,
Um, a s-
yeah.
One quick question, like why do we add that function?
Okay. So this function is not the syntax of Cypress. This syntax is of JavaScript. Okay, because you consider this as a it block. Okay, it is not it. It is a command, correct? But in this, you need to provide the function because this is the name of the function, and whatever you are describing over here, right? This will be the step which will be executed by this particular function. Okay,
Okay.
and this comes with the Mocha syntax structure itself. So if you hover your mouse, right, you see that it's saying that title string, and please write the function fn. You can see fn is nothing but function. Please describe the function. These two are required when you hover your mouse on describe. Okay, same thing, title string, so which I given like verify login is what, guys? It's a string, and whatever you need to write after that, that's a function.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
perfect. So guys, please remember, one describe can have multiple it block. Okay, one describe can have what? Multiple it block. So multiple test cases. Okay, so just you can have the same label. Okay, just for reference purpose, I am just uh, adding some this thing -3 -4 and so on, just number, guys. Okay, so that you can distinguish. Okay, so total I think we added 5 test cases. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just write one structure. So all, like in Selenium we have web driver is equal to new Chrome driver, right? So in Cypress we already have the object which is called as cy. And please remember, guys, you can either use single quote, double quote, and semicolon is optional. Semicolon is optional. So what is cy.log? Cy.log is nothing but a command which is just displaying the value in the output runner area, guys. That's it, nothing else. Okay, so just for reference purpose, I'm showing you cy.log is basically responsible for doing the logging mechanism as well. Like obviously when you debug, right, you need to debug a lot of things, right? So for that purpose also we do use cy.log. So I'll save this, guys. Now I'll go to this browser. Here you see that first Cypress test, correct? Please click on this. It will just execute single line, that is cy.log. That's it, nothing else. Understood, everyone? Okay. So verify login is nothing but it is coming through the describe string value, and this all things are coming from the string value which we have described. Okay. Perfect. Clear, everyone? Anybody has any thought, any query, any questions? If you want, you can copy the whole thing, guys, and paste it again. No problem. Verify login 2. Verify login 1. So you will see that, I mean, this is kind of getting executed 2 times. Simple. So particular file can have multiple describe, multiple it. It totally depends on you how you are kind of managing your actual test case. Okay, so we have just seen one command, guys, which is called as cy.log, which is basically responsible for checking, or let's say logging the value in the output area, output console area. Okay, any doubt, query, questions, guys? Anyone? Here, guys, we didn't use any of the JavaScript coding till now. Okay, it's just purely like Cypress. Like I'll obviously touch base to some of the basics of Cypress, then we'll jump onto the JS part, because first you just need to understand how is the flow, how we are creating the test case, and then later on we'll jump onto JS part. Yes, anybody wants to add anything before like we wind up for the session, guys?
So in the VS terminal also we are seeing some commands, right? Get
Yeah,
commands.
yeah.
What does
The
those
thing
mean?
which is getting triggered because our browser is open, right?
Yeah.
That's the reason. Okay. So here you can see the name of the file which we triggered, correct? Here you can
Mm-hmm.
see the browser, which browser you're running, right? Browser family, which is Chromium. Okay. And all the test case, whichever is there, let's say 10 times. So 10 times this particular command will be visible. Okay. So if you want to run in the headless mode, right? I'll delete this. So you can see that Chrome got this thing. Okay, but this didn't got this thing, so we need to forcefully close this browser, sorry, Cypress runner. So sometime it happens that it do not get closed, guys. Okay, so now I'll go to terminal area. npx cypress run hyphen hyphen spec. This is a command for running in which mode, guys? Headless mode. So it will actually run my test case, but it will not open Chrome browser, nothing. Okay. Okay, spelling mistake. First Cypress. First first Cypress test dot cy dot js. Ideally this should not happen, guys. Okay, I'll just check why is this npx cypress run hyphen spec. Okay, and then you need to provide the file name. Okay, so ideally whatever is present in e2e, right, by default it actually identify it. Okay, so I'll check what is the exact issue and I'll let you know, guys. Okay. Mm. Mm-mm. But if I run this, guys, npx cypress run, it will run all the spec file actually. Okay. uh okay, so I'll just check why is this happening. Let me change the path. Okay, npx cypress run. So this is the default command actually. Through this default command, what we do is we run all the files. So now it will actually run total 21 files, guys. Why 21? 20 files which we created right previously, and the one file which I just created, that is first cypress test cy.js. Okay, so this time what it is doing is actually it is running in which mode, guys? Like headless mode. Okay, so all the result and everything will be shown at the end once the test case has been executed successfully. Okay, and we will see everything in the console area, guys. Okay, so when I say everything in the console area, so all this once it is ran successfully, right, the result and everything will be present here in the tabular format, guys. Okay, once it is executed successfully. Okay, so when I was writing hyphen spec, that's a correct command. Just I need to check, do I need to pass some parameters or something, because that's how we run the individual single file actually. Because right now what I did is I ran the complete this thing, whatever is present inside what e2e folder. Understood, everyone? Anybody has any
So
doubt?
basically, when we use npx Cypress run, it will take complete E2E folder test cases and runs
Yes,
it
yes,
in the
yes.
console. Got it.
Ideally what happens is sometime, let's say if it is let me just it should not happen usually because already we are in this thing. So let me try one more time. You can do one thing, guys. You can just do right click on that file. Okay, and copy relative path. Okay, and after that npx cypress run hyphen spec. Okay, and just provide this value in double quotes. That's it. Okay, once you provide this value in double quote, it should take the respective file from the Cypress. So now it will execute the file. Okay, so now it will execute only single file, guys. Clear, everyone? So this is what I am talking about. At the end we will get the report like this.
So for this headless execution, we might need to close the browser, right? I mean,
Browser,
Cypress.
it is
Okay.
running by default in Electron actually. Okay,
Okay.
that is in
But
headless.
we need to close it before we actually run it through terminal, or is it
No,
not required?
that is optional.
Okay.
It's optional. If you run
Hmm.
this, it will automatically run in headless mode.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, perfect. I'll copy this. Step 5, create a test file, run in headless mode. Okay, run in headed mode. Perfect. So I think we are good, guys. Anybody has any doubt, query, questions, guys? Perfect. So let me stop the recording.